We arrived in Chennai, or Madras as I like to call it, my hometown.
And I spent a very important year here 20 years ago, and I'm back here for the first time after that. And to my surprise, the foundations of the city still remain the same.
You mean the heat and the auto drivers?
Well, that too, but a lot else to my own surprise. It is still by far the most civilized big city in India. And of course, it has Chepauk. In my opinion, India's most endearing cricket ground.
And most eventful.
It has produced the best games, especially test matches, over many, many years.
And I've heard a lot of non-Indian cricketers actually call it their most favorite cricket venue in India.
It must have something to do with the sporting crowd that always cheers the opposition, and the wickets which produce such sporting encounters.
So we decided to go and check out the new Chepauk. Maybe it produces such results also because of the care and affection that goes into maintaining the pitch.
A tent on a pitch. The new press box at Chepauk is by far the best press box we have seen during our travels this time.
The level at which it's set is so different from the rest of the grounds, and it's almost at ground level.
Except maybe it could have been at, behind the bowler's arm. But it's got culture even here, all over the place. It's at a very accessible part of the city and very approachable, very near the beach.
And the thing about Madras is that if you get lost, from most places you can just go eastward and you'll end up at the beach. And then you can figure out where you are and where you want to go.
Brilliant.
Speaking of the beach, the new roofing system here reminds me of the sailboats that sometimes appear from Marina Beach. They lend a very unique and pleasant character to what once was just a concrete cauldron.
So we saw two games back to back at Chennai.
And when we spoke to some fans afterwards, it further reinforced our notions of their knowledge of the game.
Who are you rooting for today?
England.
England. Why?
The best team in this world, so past 1 year.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
It is the upbringing and the culture and the South Indian culture. We are always, hospitality is in our blood.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever my husband says, I am agree with that.
Hard to pick a team between the two. Prefer West Indies. Just historically, I've liked them because of Lara's teams.
I was in two minds. On one side I was supporting West Indies because then that would mean we get through the quarters, and I was also supporting England because if England wins today, then Sunday's match which we're coming to see here, it's going to be a good one.
So at what point did you think the match was settled?
For the last ball.
Yeah. However, unfortunately, the media is the exact opposite. You have excruciatingly boring questions with obvious answers which are asked. Some of them are so stupid, the questions.
We have seen in this World Cup, Sachin Tendulkar often gave India a good start. My question is, would that going to add an advantage for West Indies just because it might be a pressure for Sachin to create the history?
Well, down and view factor will be a kind of consideration because you have already played in the same ground.
I'm sure they've probably played on a hell of a lot more than we have.
And do you think on this pitch probably going in with two spinners against West Indies is two off spinners is the right recipe?
Well, I think with two off spinners were the right recipe because they took 6 wickets between them.
Of course, there is the occasional relief.
What was the thinking behind promoting Thomas over Sarwan?
Sarwan was having a toilet break and he therefore couldn't make it to the crease in time. So that's why Thomas scared.
युवराज, लगातार इस बात पर बात हो रही है, बहस हो रही है कि टीम इंडिया का जो प्रैक्टिस सेशन है वो कहीं ना कुछ थोड़ी सी कमी रख रहा है. तो किस तरीके से प्रैक्टिस सेशन जो डिबेट छिड़ी हुई है उसको देखते हैं आप?
देखिए, डिबेट छेड़ा हुआ आप लोगों ने, बिकॉज आपके हिसाब से हमारे प्रैक्टिस सेशन नहीं सही हो रहे. वी नीड टू मैनेज आवर बॉडीज, वी नीड टू मैनेज आवर प्रैक्टिस सेशंस. स्पेकुलेशंस हैं कि इंडियन टीम प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रही है. हमको जितनी प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत है वो हमने डिसाइड करना है, बिकॉज अगर हम नहीं जीतेंगे तो हमको पता है क्या हो रहा है. So it doesn't matter.
Thankfully, our friend Andy is trying his best to change things.
And the cricketers are responding too.
Andrew, I've been watching this World Cup with WG Grace here. He says he's been watching England for 130 years. This is the most exciting run of games he's ever seen. I mean, how has it been emotionally coping with this, record run of close finishes?
He looks like he's lost a bit of timber, to be honest.
He's had a bit of a stomach bug as well.
We recognise how many people are watching us, including WG, and we're trying to do as well as we can to make sure we progress in the tournament.
Yuvraj, well played. The game seemed to pick up, and the crowd seemed to pick up, and the team seemed to pick up at that moment that a dog ran on the pitch. Are you thinking as a team now of hiring a dog for our medevac, or maybe getting Piers Chowler to dress up in a dog outfit and run around the pitch?
That's a good one. Yeah, maybe, if that works for us, I'm definitely going to have one.
The quarter-final lineups are fixed, so we decided to chat about this with Andy.
Sri Lanka plays England at Colombo, but you are running off to Dhaka. What's that about?
Well, that's about me having booked my itinerary 2 months ago.
So you can change it?
No, I'm happy to go to Dhaka.
No faith in England, I see.
Oh, it's not that. I'm here for the game of cricket, not merely for England. So
has the time finally arrived for a team that has never won the World Cup to win it?
Well, I thought Canada just didn't have what was required, and I just feel sorry for all the Canadian fans who've spent so much money booking their flights and tickets for the quarter-finals onwards, assuming their team would be in the knockout stage, and then...
Have the ICC offered you a job or something?
I've always been fascinated by dull cricketers, largely because I was myself an extravagantly dull cricketer. It's bad enough having Graham Smith on the South African team.
I can see the glee with which you got that in.